Saturday, December 18th, Utah State playing Oregon State in the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl presented by Stifel. This is at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. The kickoff is at 7:30 Eastern. Oregon State a touchdown favorite here, and the total is 67.5. Right away, I was a little bit surprised. Utah State's been a darling for us. They're a 10-win team. I thought that Blake Anderson was robbed in terms of the Coach of the Year voting. He's somebody who took a 1-5 team to a Mountain West champion. Here they are sitting at 10-3 against an Oregon State team who has made some incremental improvements. They've certainly played better under Jonathan Smith, but I'm a little bit surprised this is all the way up at 7. My power rankings called for it to be at 3. So I think I'll lean Utah State catching the 7 here. Is there any indication for you to go with Oregon State, or is this an underdog play?
Yeah, this is another stay away for me. If I was going to play it, I would play Utah State. Just like you, I would take the 7. But since, we are the G5 pod and like you said, they're not getting enough love. So I just want to take a second and really shine some light on this Utah State team. Like you mentioned, they went 1-5 last season. And it's not just they went 1-5. They went 1-5 in complete disarray. They refused to play their last game because players were protesting the school administration. So this was just a program in absolute shambles. Blake Anderson comes over, who he left Arkansas State, where he had a lot of success at, because he wanted a fresh start after his wife passed away from breast cancer. And that team really, Arkansas State, was so good with him when his wife was going through her treatment. She was sick, and they really rallied around him. And that was, if you remember when he told the team he was leaving, it was super emotional, but he needed a fresh start for him and his family. All the respect in the world. And for him to go there and completely turn this program around, he brings Logan Bonner with him, and they go on and they were counted out all season. They went 5-2, not only ATS, 5-2 straight up as an underdog. So they were just always got the dog. I mean, San Diego State, Utah State crushed San Diego State. That was never close. So I just think this team is such a good story. I do think Oregon State's a pretty good story too. This is their first bowl game in like forever. But I'm going to take Utah State here just because their defense has always kind of been their issue, but they're much better against the run in the past. And running the ball is kind of Oregon's strength. That's what they do. BJ Baylor, obviously the Pac-12 in rushing. He's awesome. And Oregon State's defense is just 67th against the pass. They're 102nd at defending big plays. Utah State picks up a lot of big plays through the air. So I would lean Utah State +7. I haven't played it yet. I may talk myself into it as I'm doing it, but I more just wanted to shine a light on what an awesome story this has been for Utah State and Blake Anderson.
Yeah, I see this as momentum carrying over for Utah State. And Logan Bonner in particular, it's someone that I've kept an eye on because he's had games where he's been knocked out. He's had games where he's had limp-offs, getting that 2-week plus period to really rest up and be healthy, to take advantage of that, Devin Tompkins connection. I think Utah State's a live dog in this one. So I'll probably sprinkle on the money line as my only play here, and really an emotional play for us because we did put a lot of work into watching some first blush kind of a ugly season for Utah State. That's how it started. It looked as though it was going to be deja vu all over again. And then they just started reeling off wins, beating teams they're not supposed to beat. And outside of that clunker against Wyoming down the stretch, they've either won or been competitive in every single game for just about 2 months. So I don't think there's any reason to be scared away by an Oregon State team that is 7-5. They're a decent Power 5 team, but certainly not one that I'm scared away from in a spot like this.